This is a review of the 2016 Mitsubishi Outlander. They have a new standard of styling and it includes a front end called a dynamic shield. I'm not too sure what all that means. I think what it means to say is that from the side it looks like a Nissan Rogue, which is not a bad thing. This truck is very big. It sort of like situates itself in size between the CR-V and the Pilot if you want. And it's a very utilitarian vehicle. We're not anywhere near the smooth curves of, let's say, something like the CX-5. However, this truck is a lot bigger. It does come, the high-end model does come with 18-inch wheels, which are pretty enough. The color of this car is kind of unique. It's quartz brown. It's not a color you normally see with mainstream cars. There's the automatic trunk, which is must-have with these trucks, and it has a high deck for putting your things. You don't hurt your back putting your things in the trunk. Upon closer inspection, you can see 2 seat belts, which means there's passengers 6 and 7, and there's also a subwoofer inside for the optional, well, not optional, standard on the high-level model trim. The door is relatively bland. There's a little cubby space made from cheap plastics, not much design. However, in the back seat, you do get sufficient amount of space. The seats are comfortable. They fold forward easy with the making a large room, and there's also a slide feature to access this. Places 6 and 7 really made for children. Once again, Mitsubishi being a little bit cheap here, no vents or recharging stations. The front door, more of the same, a cheapo looking wood trim with okay-ish plastics, I guess. It is soft touch on the top there. Looking on the inside, it is extremely utilitarian, although it's not much to look at. I have to say, when I got in, I thought it was easy to use right away. The screen may be a bit smallish compared to its competitors, but it is very clear and the font is good. The seats in the front are comfortable. Up front, the presentation is, once again, that wood does not add class. When you add wood to an interior, it's either a hit or miss, and in this case, I think it's a miss. The suspension is set up soft in this car, and there is surprisingly not a lot of noise, vibration, or harshness. Couldn't find fuel economy on the website, which says a lot because it does 12 liters in the city and 8.5 in the highway. So that sucks on recommended premium fuel. Ouch. The good news is the 6-speed automatic and 6-cylinder engine get you moving quite fast. So first impressions, I know quite a bit about this vehicle. One of my friends bought a 2009 Outlander, and I've had a chance to drive it a few times. So I'm able to say, like, driving this new one, what it feels like compared to that one, and also what it compares like to the competition. Because over time I'm accumulating this baggage of knowledge, and plus I can go pick Ross's brain, so we'll be able to say something intelligent about this vehicle. First thing is first, it's pretty big. Ross mentioned to me that it is positioned size-wise in between the CR-V and the Pilot, which sounds about right. Feels to me size-wise like the Nissan Rogue, actually. That's what it feels to me. It's a 7-seater, but 2 of those seats are for children, like the Nissan Rogue. This vehicle goes for $37,000. It has the options you would expect with that vehicle, except I would say the driver's seat is not powered. Not the driver's, I should rather say the passenger seat is not powered, which kind of makes it weird. Here, it's the cheapest soft touch material ever in the history of soft touch material. However, to their credit, it is soft touch here on the top of the dash and on the door. The touch points are okay-ish. The leather, the steering wheel looks nice enough. The leather is so-so quality. Shift knob is a little bit low, but it does create a feeling of space. This whole center console is bland, yet I find seems to me user-friendly enough. I was using it before and I seem to be getting around. Very utilitarian, this vehicle. It's not a style statement. The engine, the V6, is a dinosaur. It is not so much that these are bad vehicles. It's really about everyone else keeping moving forward while Mitsubishi is really standing still. This company is really a zombie company. It's like, how do they do it? How do they stay in business? I mean, I don't see any on the road. They're not really innovating in terms of exterior design. They're not really innovating in terms of anything. The only thing where they're class leading or near the lead of the pack is their four-wheel drive system. Once again, Ross's remark. I'm driving it now on the highway. I'm doing about 110 kilometers an hour, which is about, what, 75 for the US. Wind and road noise is slightly above average, I would say. Not bad, not good. Happily, visibility is wonderful in this vehicle. I can see all around. The greenhouse is wonderful. I went parking in Costco. I didn't have any problems. The turning radius is not too wide, but the visibility is good. And for in back where you can't see, you have a rear backup camera. The seats are okay. The leather quality is good. I've been riding in this now for 20-30 minutes. My back is fine. Rear seat room is good for passengers 3, 4, and 5. And if your project is making tons of children, you can stick 6 and 7 in the back, no problem, for little kids. Very utilitarian. I get the idea, I get the sense that the engineers who did this vehicle wanted to make it as utilitarian as possible and F the style. Ross gave me some real life fuel economy figures. The Pilot, he was getting about 10.2, and this one is 11.7, 11.9, same driving. So that's the difference. And the Pilot is a big vehicle. That's a tangible example of the technology deficit. The sound system is a Rockford Fosgate. Sounds good. It's okay. Listen, this is what it is. You know what you're buying. You're getting a big warranty, right? That's what you want. You want the big warranty. And I guess that's okay for somebody who had post-warranty nightmares with their vehicles and they can't sleep at night anymore because it costs them $2,500 to get a rebuilt transmission. That's okay. You can get this car. You don't have to worry about the transmission and the engine for a long time. And that's the review.